This is the start of the dish. Today we're going to prepare some shellfish and a tomato seafood broth. This is the tomato sauce simmering. The next, you're not going to believe. Stay tuned. Hey fam, what's up? It's your boy Tony from Tony's Kitchen Supreme. That's right, that's my YouTube channel, A Bullock 846, or you can catch me on the gram at LockServe LLC. Today, I'm going to prepare my infamous and scrumptious sauteed blue crab and a tomato shellfish stock. I have some marinated seafood such as some octopus, some squid, as well as shrimp that I've marinated in coconut milk. I put on my indoor grill. That's right, my indoor grill, y'all. You know how we do. A little southern and northern flair combined into one during a pandemic. All right? Spring season is approaching, so I'm sure everybody's trying to get that body weight together. You know what I'm saying? Tuck that stomach in and get that back right. Yeah, you know. It may look a little bit like pandemic during this summer, spring season, but we got to do what we got to do. So that means I hope everyone is getting that vaccine shot. You can correct health, but you can't correct death. So go and register and get that shot. All right? We got some new stuff coming up for you, y'all. I mean, anybody that has ever watched my food presentations, my cooking presentations, know that seafood is a predominant protein that I use. That's right, seafood is an excellent source of lean, high quality, easily digestible protein. That's right, it's low in calories. You know what I'm saying? It helps promote muscle growth, all right? And it also helps to stimulate healthy cells so that we can fight off cancer and all those other diseases that may have been passed down to us. We can't do anything about heredity, but you know what? We can do our best to stay fit, stay trim, stay lean, and eat right. Hold on for a minute. I got some more great stuff coming up for you. Stay tuned. Hey fam, I'm back. We're going to start off by sauteing those blue shell crabs that I told you about and a little grapeseed oil. Yeah, my grapeseed oil, I live by it. Good for the heart, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we make sure that pan is nice and heated. All right. I've marinated my blue crabs and a little Thai chili sauce. I cleaned them ahead of time so that everything will be nice and fresh. That's right. We're approaching crab season, everyone. And I don't know about you, but I was raised on them. Every Saturday, crabs, corn in the backyard, and my parents had the beer. Yeah, they had the beer. And so what we're going to do, make sure that pot is nice and hot. This doesn't take long to cook at all. All right? So as you see, I've cleaned the crab. I've cut them in half. We're going to put them in the pot as such with all that Thai chili marinade. Alright, we'll get rid of that. I have already chopped and prepared some shallots. Alright, and a little bit of garlic. Fresh garlic goes a long way. It's the natural antibiotic. Garlic is good for you, alright? Use it sometimes. You can try it fresh like this, or you can roast it, just wrap it up, put it in the oven. Well, I put a little salt and oil on it just to absorb it and bring out the natural juices in it. And you can use that roasted garlic on just about anything. You could spread it on some garlic bread. You could use it on just about anything. Let your imagination go wild. Hear that sizzle? That means that pot is nice and hot. We're just going to turn this over because once I put it into the tomato shellfish broth, it's going to cook even more. Make sure your pot is not too high. You know, you don't want to burn the garlic or anything else for that nature. Also, what I like to do is I like to deglaze the pan with a little bit of white wine. Helps to bring out the flavors of the shellfish. I wish you could smell that. Delicious. So I've already did my marinated octopus, squid, as well as shrimp ahead of time. What I'm going to do is, just to bring out that overall flavor from that, I'm going to go ahead and add my shrimp into this. I'm going to add the shrimp only. The shrimp have been pre-cooked. Just a little. Be careful with the calamari because it can get real tough after a while. If you're not careful about how you use it. That's the reason why I marinated it, so it can be nice and tender. Alright? We're going to come back with the third and final step. Alright? Stay tuned. Okay, so we're on our final step. My tomato, veggie, shellfish, tomato, veggie, and seafood broth has been simmering now for a little over an hour. So just incorporating all of that mirepoix, those vegetables, those aromatic herbs, just incorporating all of that into the tomato sauce. So what's next is, I've already showed you how I prepared the blue crab with the marinade and the Thai chili sauce. Alright, we sauteed that off. We added in the shrimp. Alright, do not overcook your seafood. The last thing you want is for your seafood to come out rubbery. Alright, because if your food ain't right, they're going to talk about you, y'all. Especially if you serve it to your friends or your family. Get what I'm saying? Alright, so next up, what we're going to do is, I have some chicken sausage, which is kale and garlic. I've already prepared those and I sliced them up. We're just going to add that into the sauce as such. We have some red bliss potatoes, which I prepared in advance. Alright? The key to cooking is organization and clean as you go. We're going to add that into that. Mix that around a little bit. Alright. That corn that I prepared earlier, we're going to add that into it. If you like, you can cut this into half to stretch it out so that you can feed more people. But I'm cooking for me and a little bit for later. So we're going to add that. Mix that around. Alright. I'm going to turn up the heat just slightly so that all those flavors can get incorporated into that sauce, those meat, that potatoes, corn, the chicken sausage, all of that. Alright? The last and final step would be to add our seafood. I'm going to add my calamari, my octopus last, because that's going to be that's something that you just need to heat up. It's already cooked. You don't want to rubberize it. All right? So what's next is we're going to take that crab and those shrimp and add that into it. Like such. I wish you could be here to smell this. It smells terrific. Some people don't like shrimp with heads on them. I do. The flavor is in the head. No pun intended. So, once we do all that, I'm going to take that extra garlic, all that extra essence that built in the bottom of the pot from sauteing the crab, and we're going to add all of that together. All right? So, what's next? The final step is going to be the seafood. All right? I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit. I'll let that heat up for a little bit. Then we'll come back with the last and final step, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It smells good in here. All right? You can do this at home. Easy breezy. The key, as I mentioned, is organization. Do your prep ahead of time so that when it comes time to cooking, you can just combine it all together and get your grub on. All right? Once again, it's your boy from Tony Supreme. Stay tuned. So we're down to the very last step for completion of this meal. Just to recap, what we did was we sauteed off some aromatic vegetables as well as herbs. We deglazed the pan with a little white wine. We added a little seafood stock. Then we added the tomato sauce. I've also put in a little fresh thyme as well as bay leaf and basil. All right? So now that all of that is combined, we sauteed off the blue crab, Maryland's finest, all right, with some marinated coconut milk, octopus, squid, and shrimp, all right? We added the heads on. As I mentioned, the heads are the ones that have all the flavor in it. We also pre-cooked some chicken sausage with kale and garlic, as well as ears of corn on the cob, all right? We let all of that simmer down, and as I mentioned to you, the last and final step would be to add the coconut milk marinated calamari, our squid, as well as the octopus. Doesn't that look delicious? Add that in, because it's already cooked. All we need to do is flash heat it up with just a few seconds. And I'm going to add all of that extra essence. That's right, essence. That's what your grandma used to call it when she used to cook everything, and all that gravy and all that juice used to be left over. Yeah, this is a nod to my grandmother Sadie, who introduced me to cooking at the age of 7. Picking green beans, y'all. That's right, picking green beans. She said to me, "Come here. You got to eat too. So help me pick these green beans." My first introduction to cooking. So now that we have all of that incorporated into that, we're going to stir it up a little. Delicious. Shellfish, if you don't like shellfish or you're allergic to it, I understand. But shellfish has a nutritional factor that you cannot deny. Some of your best shellfish to choose from would be your lobster, your crab, your crawfish, your scallops, your oysters, and your octopus. And just in case you didn't know, mussels are high in calorie. So of all the shellfish, mussels is right up there with having the most calories. All right? But we didn't put mussels in here. All right? So what we're going to do is it's time to get our grub on, y'all. All right? So we're just going to scoop a little bit of that broth out just to coat the bottom of the pan. We're going to get some of that crab. We're going to get some of that potatoes, that chicken sausage. All right? Then, for presentation-wise, we're going to take out a little of that octopus just to put right on top, as well as that calamari. And, as any professional chef would do, we're going to wipe our plate clean. All right? You can use this with a side salad. You can use rice, anything you choose. I chose not to use another carb because I have the potato in. Just smell that. It smells absolutely delicious. I'm going to have that with a little glass of vino. That's right. White wine complements shellfish every time. So, your boy Tony from Tony Supreme Kitchen on YouTube at A Bullock, that's Bullock 846. Subscribe to my channel. Stay in tune with the newest and inventive cooking techniques, as well as incorporating some fabulous, flavorful food. All right? You can also catch me on LinkedIn. So, stay tuned. Enjoy. Eat, y'all. Eat healthy, eat lean, and stay fit. You know, It's okay to indulge every now and again with some junk food, but stay on tap. Stay in tune. All right? It's your boy Tony from Tony's Kitchen. Tony's Kitchen Supreme. Signing out, y'all. Have a good evening. See you next time.